Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Jimmy Dore Show. I'm your guest host, Chris Keane, filling in for Jimmy while he's on tour in Australia. I'm here with Kurt Metzger. And Pharrell Williams is in the news. He made some comments about politics, got people kind of riled up, had some opinions on DEI programs. Pharrell said, "Do you want the job because you're black or because you're the best?" Pharrell explains why he hates politics and says supporting a business shouldn't be based on someone's skin color, but because it's the best. What a racist. Can you believe this guy?
First Kanye and now this.
As we look at what's going on in the current political climate, I want to turn everybody off. I hate politics. Like, despise them. It's a magic trick that it's not real. I don't believe in either side, because I think when you pick a side, you are only, you are inadvertently supporting division. Yeah, it's not a popular point of view, but I just got to say, like, think about it. The wells are drying up, and okay, now the diversity's off the table, now equity's off the table, now inclusion's off the table. So that makes me ask myself, okay, so how do we survive? Well, are there black people here tonight? Yeah. And in your heart, do you think for what it is that you do and who you are, do you think you're the best? Okay, so do you want the job because you're black or because you're the best? Do you want someone to support your startup because you're black or because you're the best? Right, so I think now for me it's about us having the best ambition. That's the reason why you should support these businesses. Yes, they happen to be black and brown, but it should be based on the thesis that we're the best, not because we are a total shade of a skin color. That's a point of view that I have now that I'm resting on. And if diversity, equity, and inclusion ever comes back in style, cool. But in the meantime, I want to focus on being the best because I can bank on that. Because that's what's going to get you the position. Where, I don't want you to give me anything. I want you to panic and not let me out the room because I'm the best.
Sounds like Pharrell thinks you should be judged by the content of your character, not the color of your skin, which we all know only racist thing. Come on now.
That's why I accused you earlier.
What'd you say, Kurt?
That's why I accused you earlier. Accused.
This is a very racist show today. So it's weird that this has gotten all this online backlash. Didn't seem like anyone in the crowd was mad about this. They seemed to like what he was saying. But here we have an article. Pharrell Williams faces backlash on comments about DEI black people.
Wait, from who? Oh, from the root and no one that was there?
Pharrell Williams may be doing well on the fashion front. All these people are involved in fashion. I got to get involved.
It is life.
It's what?
It is life.
Oh, well, we can't all be hot like Misha over here. Gosh.
It's aesthetics, much like politics is at the end of the day. It's all aesthetics.
That's
no
a good
substance.
That's true. That's very true. All right, Michelle Williams, I'm saying. Okay, Pharrell Williams may be doing well on the fashion front, but when it comes to politics, his viewpoint isn't landing too good with black folks. What black folks? The people in the crowd were on board. They were cheering. In fact, it looks like it's gotten him in some hot water. Let's talk about it. Things kicked off over the weekend during his 5th annual Black Ambition Demo Day in Miami. During a panel discussion, the happy singer shed light on how he feels about the current political landscape, plainly stating how he hates politics because of its inherent divisiveness. Like, despise them, he said. It's a magic trick. It's not real. I don't believe in either side because I think when you pick a side, you are inadvertently supporting division. As if that wasn't head-scratching enough. That's what this article says.
This is a fat girl that wrote this.
Even
if it's a guy, he's a fat girl inside.
It's head-scratching to not trust either side of the political spectrum.
Well,
really?
My ass itches reading this.
Have you seen what these people do, what Republicans and Democrats do? That's head-scratching that you wouldn't want to support either of these parties? Who's writing this? Williams then went on to share his thoughts on supporting businesses and hiring people solely based off their skin color. Do you want someone to support your startup because you're black or because you're the best, he asked. So I think now for me, it's about us having the best ambition. That's the reason why you should support these businesses. Yes, they happen to be black and brown, but it should be based on the thesis that they're the best, not because of a shade of skin color. He later added, if diversity, equity, and inclusion ever come back in style, cool. But in the meantime, I'm going to focus on being the best because I can bank on that, because that's what's going to get you to the position.
Hold on, I gotta scratch my head. I'm starting to itch in my scalp from this crazy talk.
Right. Yeah, why would you want to be your best? Don't do that. His opinion completely negates the fact that for centuries, okay, hold on. His opinion completely negates the fact that for centuries black people were denied opportunities solely based off the fact that we were black. Our merit and skills be damned.
Yeah, where's the spite?
I don't see how that negates that. I think both those things can be true. Both those things can be true. You can acknowledge.
In no way does it negate it at all. It has nothing. It's actually a separate issue, but it actually doesn't negate it. It's actually a correction of that if you look at it as not a crazy person.
Exactly. If we stop seeing each other by our identity and start seeing each other as humans and judging each other on our content, in our skills and our thoughts and who we are as people versus our skin color, that is how we get rid of things like what has happened in the past to black people. The whole reason DEI initiatives were even a thing were to ensure that we got considered to the same degree for opportunities, access to schools, housing, etc. as everyone else. Additionally, as a black person in America, you can't bank on being the best in the room and that being enough to get you into the rooms and spaces you know you deserve to be in.
Such as what? It's very vague.
So, yeah, a
lot of variation in that.
So this says if that was the case, we'd be a lot further along. So why, as a black person, why can't you bank on getting to the rooms if you're the best? That argument would make sense to me in 1950. That argument doesn't make sense to me in 2025. I just don't see that. Now, I'm an Armenian guy from Boston, so maybe I'm missing something. I'm not black,
I mean,
obviously.
It's a fair chance. It's crazy that you think that you know anything as an Armenian from Boston. First of all, now the idea that you can't get ahead now in the stupid, I don't know, Luciferian society we have by being black is ridiculous. You don't have to be the best at shit right now for that.
Well,
in entertainment, there's what they're worried about.
Yeah, especially entertainment. It's all about diversity. I mean, these companies want to have a diverse.
We're flying a plane.
Okay. That's another funny thing is like Pharrell is saying this is the stuff that like the people hate Charlie Kirk for saying. This is the stuff that people were like happy that Charlie Kirk got killed for saying stuff like this, just for questioning DEI.
You said it at the outset already. The people watching Pharrell, if you notice, they weren't going, no. They were like, yeah, no shit.
Yes.
The people that work at The Root, and what the fuck is The Root, by the way? Did you ever look into who funds that? It's just more bourgeois, WEF, fake socialist horseshit. And then somebody else with a business where they go, I can't believe The Root said that. And it's to get an economy going.
Well, but a lot of people have this mentality, though. I know people that would agree with this article for sure. So it is a popular viewpoint. Pharrell has been these are some people tweeting about this. Pharrell has been an idiot when it comes to politics for a while. A black man raised in the South espousing apolitical rhetoric isn't someone to be taken seriously. How is that apolitical? It's not apolitical.
Not trusting either side.
Yeah,
he's smart.
Yeah, not trusting Republicans or Democrats. That's not apolitical. That's smart, like Kurt just said. It's what's dumb to me is trying to play these team politics that gets no one anywhere. That's being an idiot. So this guy's saying he knows that, he just wants to be a contrarian. I've heard this argument all the time. You're just a contrarian.
You know what a contrarian is?
What's that, Kurt?
It's specifically a financial thing with investing, a guy who invests the other way when everybody invests one way. Somehow it became used as for this shit. But no, he's not being a contrarian. Right. The system, clearly, voting based on identity doesn't get you shit, and he noticed it.
Exactly. That's not being apolitical. People act like if you don't subscribe to one of these parties, that means you don't care or you're not involved or something.
It's an affinity scam. Like what Bernie Madoff ran on Jews, they call it an affinity scam. Oh, you're my same identity group, so you can trust me, and that's how you run a scam. Yes. And the maniac, whoever wrote this, they're in on that scam, and Pharrell's not down with that scam. It's very simple.
Exactly. So here's another one. For Pharrell to monetize his blackness and benefit from black money and then tell black folks he's left behind not to pursue political outcomes that will keep them safe from harms they helped him buy his way out of is callous.
What?
So Pharrell is telling you to leave behind What are the political outcomes that will keep you safe? Voting for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden?
By the way.
What have these Democrats ever done to help the black community? I don't see it. So how is
not only that, monetizes blackness. You mean he had a hit album?
Apparently
that's what they're talking about?
Yeah, apparently
I think
that's
his whole
what they're
point was
saying.
it's not because of any blackness, it's because he's just talented.
Right.
I think that was his whole point.
But
I'd
again,
like to be recognized.
But again, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Kurt. We're back to this identity thing yet again. Everything is about identity. I don't.
By the way, to benefit from black money, I promise you, the white money he got was way bigger than the black money. He's a huge hit. Okay, the guy gets everybody's money, and he probably said, "Hey, I like money."
Right. Right.
Whoever wrote this thinks he came out of the hood or something. No, he didn't.
Here's another user. He added in part, not picking a side means being complicit for policies that impact the most marginalized people. Sidebar, DEI isn't about getting a job because you are a minority, but leveling the playing field. So how is not picking a side being complicit for policies that impact the most marginalized people? I would argue the opposite. Supporting Democrats or Republicans hurts marginalized people. Neither of these parties do anything to help marginalized people. So I think this is totally backwards. And
there's only one kind of marginalized people. They're called voters.
Yes.
Everybody else is a donor.
Yeah, I don't understand this mentality. Again, it's all identity based. And I don't think it helps marginalized people to continue voting for Democrats or Republicans. I think Pharrell is right here. I think that does just instill division in our country, and it doesn't help marginalized people.
Whoever wrote this should be marginalized. I'd like to put that vote.
Come see me on tour in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Waikiki, Hawaii, and the Comedy Store in Los Angeles. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.